Roman Reigns is officially off of WrestleMania 36, but WWE keeps advertising him. What the hell? What's up, folks? Fred Richani, TSC, your home for sports news updates, interviews, and everything in between. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. Roman Reigns actually made a statement via his official Instagram at Roman Reigns. We'll play it in a second, but I am mind-boggled by the fact that at the moment, Roman Reigns has confirmed that he is off WrestleMania. WWE continues to advertise him on WrestleMania against Bill Goldberg. It's been reported by Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer that he has heard, and it's been kind of quiet because, of course, these are closed-off tapings, no fans, that at WrestleMania, Braun the Strowman faced Bill Goldberg for the Universal title as opposed to Roman Reigns. Now, to catch y'all up to speed, the reports are that The Miz showed up sick at the WrestleMania taping. Roman Reigns was there. The Usos weren't happy because they had to work with The Miz and John Morrison. Miz being sick, the Usos felt compelled to say, what the hell, man? Roman Reigns, of course, being immunocompromised, being a two-time survivor of leukemia, was like, what the hell is this? Obviously, they got families. Obviously, the Usos and Roman Reigns are family. And Roman Reigns opted to not perform at WrestleMania. Also, The Miz off the card. Rey Mysterio off the card in quarantine, although from what I understand, he is not showing symptoms of COVID-19. Dana Brooks, same thing, but they just wanted to be safe. There's probably some other people. I'm forgetting. Andrade actually got injured. Austin Theory, of all people, from NXT and Evolve, replaced him in that tag team title match with Angel Garza and the Street Profits. I don't get it. The card from top to bottom seems like a mess. And while it looks like Drew McIntyre versus Brock Lesnar was taped at the Performance Center and took place, among other big matches like Edge versus Orton, Becky versus Shayna, Charlotte versus Rhea, the reality is this is only a WrestleMania in name only. And the more in the States and around the world you continue to see COVID-19 cases climb up in numbers, the more you see people affected from every single age range. The reality is WrestleMania really doesn't feel like WrestleMania, and quite frankly, I'm not really interested in seeing these guys and girls compete when the risks are there. I get that they're doing temperature checks. I get that maybe they have some semblance of testing on site, but there's not even enough tests for anybody across the country, and we're one of the richest nations in the world. So I don't think WWE's doing in-depth COVID-19 testing compared to other labs and countries that have done it a lot better than us. And you think about this, too, with everything else that's going on right now. Triple H did an interview on SportsCenter, and he might have misspoke, but he said, essentially, and I'm barely paraphrasing here, he's like, we don't like to take precautions unless, we have to. And that's essentially what he said. Look it up. Look it up. Okay? He essentially said we don't like to take precautions unless we have to, which to me doesn't sound like they took that many precautions. Now, granted, they may have leveled off the amount of people in the Performance Center. Maybe they had a skeleton crew, no pun intended. Yeah, I know some stuff was filmed off-site or I guess on-site, just in a different location, like the Boneyard match with Undertaker and AJ. Real topical now, guys. A boneyard/graveyard match during the middle of a pandemic that's killing hundreds of thousands of people. Well done. John Cena versus Bray Wyatt, I think, is taking place in the Firefly Funhouse or something wacky. Either way, just WWE and sports in general just seems so relevant right now. That's coming from somebody that runs a sports media outlet, that hosts a sports TV show in New York City, that loves sports to death. But that being said, there are bigger things going on. The NBA recognizes that. NCAA recognizes that. MLB recognizes that. NFL may have to recognize that. And last time I checked, those are a lot bigger than WWE and, frankly, the UFC, which is also still trying to run shows. But enough about what I have to say. I want y'all to hear what Roman Reigns had to say. This is via his official Instagram at Roman Reigns, talking about why he decided to drop off WrestleMania 36. And if you enjoyed this video, like, share, subscribe, and enable notifications, because we'll be having wall-to-wall coverage of WrestleMania 36, no matter how painful it will be to watch in front of, an empty arena, an empty CrossFit gym in Orlando, Florida. So stay tuned, folks.
Got nothing but time to think about the past, about what's going on right now, and then especially what's about to go down in the future, all the things that I want to do, the way I want to act, the way I want to be treated, all that. Just a lot of time. I was listening to my boy Flex Lewis's stories a couple minutes ago, and he was talking about, it was cool because it's super positive, and he was talking about how he's noticed a difference in how people are a little nicer, people acting kind. And this is all, you know, within the social distance of 6 feet, within, you know, in real life. And we got to remember, I'm on it right now, holding the device right now on the phone. It's not just about person to person. We have a bigger responsibility now through the connectivity of our phones and devices, that it's not about just being nice, you know, to the people in front of your face. We got that responsibility to treat each other, you know, others across the world. So I know it's cool to hate. Negativity's easy, and hell, sometimes it gets a pop. But a lot of y'all are not good at it, so let's be honest. You have no continuity to it. You just hate on everything. You didn't even take a stance. But I just think it's important to keep that in mind, because we don't know what's going on. We don't know what's going on with the next person. A lot of stuff could be in their head, having a bad day, and you could be the straw to break that camel's back. So I just think it's important that we take this time to work on each other and just how to be kind to each other, man. It's nice to be nice, man. It's good to be positive. Enthusiasm is the force that creates momentum. And I think especially right now, that's exactly what we need, is momentum to go forward, the courage to go forward, to better ourselves. So I just think with all this downtime, just be better, man. Take the time to think about how you want to be treated, how you would like a stranger to talk to you. For instance, for me, you already know what's going on. It's all over the news, the dirt sheets, whatever you want to call them, that I pulled out of WrestleMania. And it's funny because, like, for years now, man, years, people are like, don't show up to WrestleMania. We don't want you in it. You know what I mean? There's like a nice handful of dudes and haters that didn't want me there. But the moment I make a choice for me and my family, I'm a coward, I'm a sissy, a lot of, you know what I mean? A lot of different things that I am now. But you don't know the whole story. All you know is what you think. Oh, well, his health and this and that, but you don't know what else is going on in my life. You don't know if I have newborns. You don't know if I have family in my household, older family. So yeah, I mean, just like the old saying, man, go and flip that cover open and read a few pages. Get into a few chapters before you really start running your mouth. And just take this time to better yourself, be present, and make the most out of this. Because if we can't grow in a time like this, I don't think we have a chance, man. This is the most downtime I've ever seen in my life. So I just challenge everybody, and I'm taking the steps right there with you. I'm not perfect. I'm a hater too sometimes, you know what I mean? But I try to always put it in perspective of why I want something or why I might be jealous of something, and then I put it in my grind. I put it to work. I figure out how I can get whatever I need or I want, and I put it to work. And I don't focus on others hating on me, and I don't put focus on driving negativity to anybody else. So, man, if we can, let's not just do it in the real world. Let's do it on here. And it's easy, man. It just, all it takes is starting right now. So just be kind to others, man. Let's try to better each other. And hopefully we're going to come out with so many better habits. But it can't just be about cleanliness. We got to be clean inside too. So let's clean up this outside. Let's clean up our hygiene habits. But let's also clean up the inside and make each other better, man. We all got to be accountable towards each other. There's people across the world that I have no, you know what I mean? And what I do affects them. So take some pride in that. Love each other, respect each other. And hopefully we're going to come out way better, man. For all my fans, you know, I'm sorry I didn't get to compete this year and put on a show and entertain. But sometimes things are more important, and I had to make a choice for me and my family. But no matter what, you already know the deal, man. I showed up, I made the town, you know what I mean? I made it to Orlando, and I had to make a decision for me. but it doesn't take anything away from what I've done and what I'm going to do. I still love this game. I still love pro wrestling, sports entertainment. I love being in the ring. It's a little weird being in the ring with nobody watching, nobody in the arena. But man, I'm ready to get back to work, and I'm just taking these times, this little bit of time we have, to build up the outside and come as close as possible to perfecting the inside, man. So everybody, I love y'all. Thank you for the support. Hopefully we can just continue to get better, man. Until then, stay safe and don't touch your face. Yes, sir.